our luminaries like Uday Kotak, Sanjeev Mehta, Anish Shah, Zareen Daruwala, Dinesh Khara, Adar Poonawala, and TV Narendran and Prabha Narasimhan. We also have V. Vaidyanathan and Rajiv Memani, who are part of the jury. So it's a power-packed kind of, lineup there, and we'll keep going back to that event which is being held here in Mumbai. All right, let's get to the market, which is, by the way, doing very, very well. Let's have the Nifty up on your screen. It's up 162 odd points at this stage, which means that we've basically taken out the 20-day moving average for the market. The 20-day came in at about 17,872, and we're about 10, 14 points above it. Now, close is what will matter, and a good close will matter even more. So let's see if these gains are sustained and we can tick even higher. It kind of will open up room for further upsides if we're able to do that. Actually, last I checked, all sectors were in the green. But what's doing best is global-facing sectors. Metals is recovering after the last few sessions where it didn't do very well. IT and pharma are the other areas which are doing well. Market breadth is pretty solid, 1400 to 700, advanced decline 2:1. RBI was, I think, clearly more hawkish than what most expected, right? There were more and more, at least from the equity side, people saying that maybe this is going to be one and done and maybe the RBI in some fashion will communicate that. They did not do that. They actually went the other way, saying that inflation, core inflation is a problem and perhaps there is more to do here. For now, equities aren't taking note. They're doing very well, and price action matters quite a bit. With me, of course, over the next 60 minutes are my colleagues Surabhi and Nigel, who joins in from the newsroom floor. Guys, hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Prashant. Good afternoon, Nigel. Prashant, I guess for the market, this is perhaps a bit of relief because now the Fed's done. Powell's speech last night is done. Budget is over. So is the RBI. I completely take your point on board on core inflation and the exact wording of the MPC statement that I think sent the bond market into a bit of a tizzy. By the way, the benchmark yield is at around 7.34. So, minor strengthening has happened, which is why banks today are choosing to sit out of this rally. This wonderful green-looking screen that you're seeing, it doesn't really include too many of the banks. So let me just quickly bring you up to speed with some of the major movers and shakers. We're going to spend some time talking about the Adani Group because you had commentary from the regulator itself once again today. Different sort of statements being made about the strength of the Indian banking system. For what it's worth, the stocks today, most of the Adani stocks are actually tracking recovery. Adani Enterprises, Ports, Transmission, most of them are up. Adani Total Gas is down, Adani Green is down, but the others are seeing some recovery. That's point number one. Insurers are finally heaving a sigh of relief. There seems to be some bargain buying going on HDFC Life, SBI Life after the brutal budget blow. Then IT, as Prashant mentioned, so the gainers will come up for you. Most of your frontline IT stocks are doing quite well today. And then I just dial back to banks, and the picture as it stands is fairly mixed. So you've got Kotak and Axis, which is down, but then you've got SBI, which is not too bad. ICICI Bank is closer to the flat line. So banks are not giving a very clear picture. They're also trying to decipher things in the bond market and reading the hawkish part of the policy, as Prashant was referring to. But I want to sort of, before I hand it to Nigel, I want to talk about two mid-caps, the two new age stocks which are looking at excitement all over again today. You'll hear more on this. Look at Paytm Go. Price target that Macquarie has put out on this one is 800. What's making it so excited about Paytm? We'll talk about that as we go along. Zomato is reporting numbers tomorrow, and you remember that tweet that Prashant pointed out in closing bell yesterday, Deepinder Goyal's tweet saying they also want to quickly, rush towards profitability. We don't know if that happens tomorrow itself in the numbers, but the market is definitely very excited around some of these new age names. So Nigel, not bad. Plenty of green after a long time. We've got a solid 1% move.
Yeah, and I think just look at the bottom of your screen because there was some pledge that was pending on Adani Ports as per the BSE release. It was at around 7.79% odd. Now, as per the release that just come in a couple of minutes ago, they're saying that they've released even that. And that explains why the stock that was already up close to around 6.5%, 7%, it's now moved to the gain of close to around 8%. Incremental good news coming in for the group will be a bit of a positive for the entire markets because you want to see them stir off this trouble for the equity markets as well to move ahead, and that explains why Adani Ports, as we speak, is at the high point of the day. Moving to the markets, well, we're seeing a good amount of put trading today. 17,800 put, 17,700 put. There's massive open interest built up on both those two strikes, giving you a bit of a hope that maybe, in fact, that 17,600, 17,650, that'll hold out for this expiry. That plays out tomorrow itself. The 20 DMA, as Prashant said, that's conquered out. The 100 DMA now is inside, 17,940 approximately. So the bulls will have an eye on that, but you'll want to see a good close. We're currently holding with a gain of around 155 to around 160 points odd. You'll want to close in this vicinity, not want to see a big downtake in the last 60 minutes or so. That gives you a chance tomorrow to make a bit of a dash towards the 100 EMA. So let's see what that's happening. And today's move is particularly heartening because the Nifty Bank has not yet participated. If it's having an off day and it's going to come back in style tomorrow, that's what will help us make a bit of a dash towards that 18,000 odd mark. Silvi?
Oh, absolutely, that's a fair point. If the banks were to join this party, then things could look even better. Let's tell you what's lined up over the next 60 odd minutes. It's a packed show as always. First up, we will put focus on two of these new age stocks that we just referred to, Paytm and Zomato. Both are buzzing around. So what's causing the stir? We'll tell you